Hello everybody, I am outside today because it's such a beautiful day outside, so I thought I would film my Nanny Diaries video series. Today I'm going to talk about kids close in age. Now, if you have kids close in age, please don't get offended by this. This is just simply my opinion on two kids close in age, basically a nanny perspective or a third-party perspective of two kids close in age. Now, the kids that I watch, I will actually watch three, not usually at the same time. Very rarely am I watching three at the same time, but for the most part, it's one or two kids. The first is 4 years old. The first is a girl, she's 4. Second is a boy, he is 2.5. The third is almost 5 months old, and he's a boy. So the first two are 19 months apart. Now, initially, I think it is great to have two kids close in age because it's just perfect. You know, you're still kind of in the baby stage, but it's very difficult to juggle, in my opinion. Now, when I started, the first was 2, and the second was 8.5 months. And of course the baby wasn't born yet. But that was stressful going into it because the middle one, or second one, wasn't walking, and the first one was all over the place, you know, such a, you know, drama queen, and still is. But I just think it is just it's so difficult. I think it's easy and it's hard kind of at the same time. You know, it's easy because you know, you're kind of dealing with like two babies in a sense, but then it's hard because you're trying to juggle both, and your time is really split in half. You're trying to deal with the toddler, and then you're trying to deal with the baby, and there's really kind of no in between. And kind of I'll start with the negative aspects of it. I think the negative aspects of having two kids close in age is that they fight constantly. Well, at least these kids do. Again, it might be different if it was a different gender, but she's a girl, she's the oldest, and he's a boy, he's the middle. So I think that clashes often. But I think if you were to have a girl or a boy or a boy-girl, it wouldn't be so bad. But these two are just at each other's throat 24/7, constantly bickering, constantly fighting. And the first one, the girl, the 4-year-old, she has gotten into this thing where she thinks it's okay to scream. And it's the loud, high-pitched scream that rattles your brain upside down. And she screams every time he takes something from her, or that's hers, or that she wants, or that she was gonna play with. It's a constant battle, and she does the high-pitched scream, and it just boggles my head for a minute. And then I have to, you know, correct her and, you know, tell her screaming is not okay. You do not need to scream at him. He doesn't know what's wrong. You have to tell him, you have to explain to him. And this has been happening, oh shoot, since she was like 3, 2.5, almost 3, and it's still going on, and she is 4. It's just I don't know what to do regarding that. I mean, I try to explain to her, you don't need to scream, you have to use your words. He doesn't know why you're screaming, you have to explain to him, and really anything sets her off. It could be as little as him taking stickers that she wanted. The other day he took stickers that she was going to use. They were like some kind of princess stickers, and he's the kind of kid who will use the whole pack or whole sheet of stickers on one paper. So I could understand why she was upset about that, But again, I was trying to stress, you need to say, you can't use those because there's only 2 left and I want to use those. It's completely fine, but it's like when you scream, you really don't get her way. And I think when she was younger, it worked because she screamed and he was little, not verbal yet, and he would let her have it. Well, he's 2.5 now and he speaks like crazy, so that screaming doesn't work anymore. That coping doesn't work anymore for her, but she still uses it. So I think that is the negative aspect for me with 2 kids close in age, is the fighting back and forth, the screaming, the can't get along, and it's really almost like having twins in some weird aspect, because they both have to have the same thing. They both have to have the same cup, the same lunch, the same snack, the same this, the same that. It has to be the same, because if it's not, the oldest one is going to realize it. Oh, his is different, his is this, his is better, his is bigger, his is blah blah blah. And it's just, they're gonna find a flaw in everything. So it's almost like having twins. You have to have like the same thing of everything, because if not, then they'll fight over something. So yeah, I think for me the negative aspect is just dealing with the fighting. And I also think the reason why they fight is because they are interested in the same things. It would be different if the oldest was 6 and he was 2, because they would be interested in things totally different. But the fact that they are close in age, they are kind of still interested in the same things. He is so interested in her stuff, probably because she's the only girl and she has all the cool princess stuff and kitchen stuff, and he is so into that and the Barbie stuff. And she's not really interested in the boy stuff, but kind of, but for the most part he's more interested in her stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the negative aspect. I think the positive aspect is, which I don't get to see very often, but when I do, it's very cute to watch. They play great together when they're not fighting. They are so cute together. They make each other laugh, and with those moments, I just let them be, and I enjoy it, because it's a very rare scene in that household to have them both content at the same time. And they are so cute together. Yesterday, the 4-year-old was upset because she couldn't find some bracelet or whatever it was. I guess it was like something with a book. I guess it was attached to a book or something, and her mom told her to put it in a jewelry box, but she didn't listen. She put it back in the book, and I think her brother, the middle one, got to it, and she couldn't find it. And so that morning she was so upset about it, and she was in her room or actually his room, because she was looking for it for quite some time, and me and the second go into his room, and he says hi, her name, L, I'll say, and then she says, hi, I. That's his first initial is I. And she says, hi, I. And it was just so cute. And I don't know, it was just something about like them saying hi to each other it just threw me. But it was so cute, because they're like, hi. And he's like, what's wrong? Why are you sad? You know? And she's like, oh, because you threw my bracelet. I don't know what you did with it. What did you do with it? And it was just cute. And what I also like about them is that when he was little, when he was still nonverbal, she was talking to him like he knew everything she was saying. And it still goes on to this day. Even though he might not understand some stuff, she still talks to him like a regular person. And even when he was a baby, she would have conversations with him like they were the same age, and that was just so cute. And they still do it back and forth, and she often like corrects him, like, no, you don't do that, you do this, oh, don't be silly, you know, stuff like that. That is cute when they do stuff like that. But for the most part, it's a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering back and forth. And really, with two kids close in age, it's like you honestly don't know where the time goes, because you are so like on top of their behavior, you know, trying to catch their behavior. That is exhausting, is trying to make sure that one doesn't, you know, fight the other or hit the other, you know, whatever. Even though things do happen when you aren't looking, and when you know, quickly go away, something can arise, blink of an eye. But for the most part, they are very sweet with each other. But this is kind of the crazy age where it's very rare that they are civil with each other. But I think as they grow older, they will be really, really close. They are close right now, but I think when they do get older, they will be closer. And it's so cute to watch that bond. And they are, again, they are just so cute together when they are civil. But would I have two kids close in age? Absolutely not. I think my limit would be at least 2 years, maybe 3 years apart. But no way any younger than that. Not intentionally, at least. Again, if it happens, it happens. But I wouldn't be planning it, if that makes any sense. I just don't see myself having two kids close in age. It's not right for me. I can't juggle with it. I can't deal with it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work where you are constantly monitoring them, you know, dealing with the situation, and it's really a lot of work. These years are so precious and so crucial that I think if you just had one and they were 4 years old, that would be a perfect time to start to think of a second one, because they are older and they kind of know what's going on, and they can understand, oh, I have to go deal with the baby, or I have to go tend to the baby. Like now, it is just crazy. She can't put the baby down because the other two are all over the place. They don't take naps, and they're just all over the place. So again, if they were older, she would be more comfortable with them kind of, you know, staying, you know, in the living room or something for an hour without having to worry about, are they getting into stuff they shouldn't be getting into, you know, are they getting into trouble, whatever. It's way too much work for me. I have a whole new perspective of what it's like to have two kids under 2 at one point, and to have two kids close in age, and it's just not something that I would be able to deal with every single day. That it is very draining. If you do not have help with the kids, I could see moms going crazy, because you do seriously need time to yourself. And I am just so glad that I'm able to help her out, especially now that she has 3 kids under 4. At one point, it was 3 kids under 3. And even then, it's just crazy. It is totally insane. You really don't get a chance to sit down. Honestly, you do not. Because you are all over the place. You are picking up after the kids, and with 2 kids, to get out of the house takes me like 35-40 minutes. So yeah, it's just crazy. But so yeah, that's my little rant about 2 kids close in age. Again, it's my perspective. It's how I view it, and it's coming from, you know, a nanny perspective. So don't be offended if you have 2 kids under 2 or 2 kids close in age. I didn't mean to offend you if I did. Yeah, that's my video, so thanks for watching. Bye.